Oh, we're fixing to start a project here. This is a slough where the river will back up into. On the other side of this, there's some oil wells and property, hunting property. So we're going to take all this gravel that's washed in, bring it back this way, take all these culverts and these pipe and metal, take it out, pile it up here on the side, and try to make a crossing here on this sandstone, soapstone, whatever this is. And before time they would just drive across this. They didn't really have anything in the bottom, so we're going to take some riprap and kind of make a wet crossing. That's a saltwater line. We're going to have to cut it and go from there. First thing we're going to, before we can get down in there and move around, it's kind of wet right here. It's harder on up there, but that one spot right there is kind of muddy. So we're going to get in here and get going. That is some fine wash gravel right there. Man. Yeah, he's got us a ramp up there. We'll try to take some of those culverts out here in a minute. So I don't know what happened to the audio on here, but what you're seeing right here is the old culverts. I had went down and grabbed them. I wasn't sure if I could crush the culverts with a hoe. Haven't done that before, but I could reach over them with that bucket and the thumb, and I could crush them, pick them up, carry them up the hill, drop them up here where I'm at now, and he would come up there with a dozer and run back and forth over them and flatten them out like this. Somebody's coming to haul them off for scrap. There's 2 of those culverts that we're saving to be reused, but the KX080 didn't have any problem reaching over and crushing them. And those were 4-foot culverts. There's the last one, I believe, is a 5-foot culvert that we're saving. So I'll show those 2 in the video here in a minute. I don't know what happened to the video of it and the audio on here. I think when you have the GoPro plugged in to the power source and you're trying to record, the recording interferes, and or the electrical interference. I don't know, but anyway, it distorts it, and so you end up with no audio and sometimes no video, I guess. And here you can see they had the culverts secured with tank sheeting and this tubing. You had to pull the tubing out and take the sheeting, pile all that up. Again, somebody was coming to get it for scrap. I don't know if they'd be able to haul the pipe, but they get the sheets, and there was a lot of cable. They had it all tied together here too, so we had to get all of that. There was a lot of steel for somebody for scrap, for sure. You can see how much he's pushed up here. Craig's on the 650 there. And if you go back to the first of the video, or if you remember, all this down in here was just void of anything but mud. And he's pushed, ain't no telling how many yards he's pushed up here. We got it looking good. Made us a pad to run on. And he has some fine gravel, wash gravel. The hill behind those culverts, we're going to dig that down and cap this drive with it. And that was some really good clay gravel. And since we've done this, since this video, the river's come up in here and been over it and hadn't disturbed it at all. So we were thankful to hear that. They were having a lot of trouble with this every time, like I said somewhere in the video, I believe, but they've hauled 3 different times. They've hauled 1,100 yards of wash gravel in here. So that's 3,300 yards of clay gravel. 3,300 yards of clay gravel, and that's what, earlier in the video, that's what I was digging out, trying to make a ditch for the water to drain. All the clay pretty much is washed out, and it's just left all that gravel. Like I said, it's some fine wash gravel. It'd be good to go over somebody's drive. All right, here we're going to pick up this culvert. This is one of the ones that we're going to salvage, and then the last one we're going to salvage. We're going to tie onto this and see if we can pick it up now and move it. Okay, we're hooking the chain up. The culvert's got lifting eyes. All right, we're going to see if the 80 will pick this up. It's moving it. These culverts are pretty heavy. A chart I found showed they were around, I think it said around 80 pounds a foot. They're about 40-foot long culverts. That's about 3,200 pounds, 3,000 pounds, according to the chart I saw. We're going to take it up here and put it beside the road for the gentleman to come pick it up. He's going to reuse this one. hole back there a little bit. Alright, let's get it back here and dig. Alright, got a strap around there. Let's see. Get it to come up. May have taken a lot of slack out of that. Big some more on it, so we just kind of pull it out. Alright, just tape number 2. How about that? Easy back. Tie my shoe. Let's look at this culvert just a minute. It's pretty good. I think the only hole in it is where he tried to pull on it a while ago. That may be, I don't know what that is I see down at the end. That may be a bad spot. Let's see. No, I don't see it. Must be just a stick or something I'm seeing down there. Anyway, now we can see what we're doing a little bit better. That river comes in here. We're gonna take this, get it flat, and put some riprap down. If this bottom will hold, we're gonna make a wet crossing. So we got to get down to right in here. This has got to be sloped so 18-wheeler can come in, but I think we have our toe of our slope right in here. Take this rock here out, and one load probably make a bottom, oh, maybe out to here, 14 foot wide. So we're gonna drag this culvert up the hill with a dozer. I can drag it with this. I can move it with a track hoe. Certainly, I mean, I pulled it out of the hole, but while he's doing that, I'm gonna get the pipe and concrete and stuff out, and then we can slope this down. Alrighty, gotta move this up here, pile it up. I think we'll have a good scrap yard. It's a good scrap pile. The scrap yard. That water goes through there. It's almost probably about a quarter of a mile. Goes down through there and hits the river again. But you can see, far as you can see, there's gravel. They brought 3 loads in here, or 3 different times. They brought 1,100 yards of rock or clay gravel, and the water sifted the clay out of it. But that's some fine stuff to put on top of a driveway or what have you. But a lot of rock there. All right, this take number 3. This is our 3rd day. We got the thing pretty much cleaned up. We're waiting on the rock to get here. About where he is, back of the dozer is, or that right track, is gonna be great. So we're gonna dig this back out so we can put our rock and our concrete in here. Go from there. Get down to the top of that mud and put the concrete on it, press it down, see how far down it goes. So it's harder here than it was up at the front, but Yeah, do one more. Yeah, we're going to have to go get that concrete, push it down in there and see how far it's going to press down, and then go from there. That's about the bottom. We need to start setting the concrete on, so we'll go do that. We'll go get it up there. Alright, so he's pushing the concrete down for us. We got one right here. Try to make a pretty solid road right here, about 5 foot or so out from that bank. That old concrete down there, the rocks on it ought to make a pretty good little bed. Alright, so he's finished pressing that down. That's gonna work out pretty good. We put the riprap on top of that, and that's the worst spot in here, is right there where he's at. And it's doing pretty good now we put that rock on top of it. And we're gonna come back here, cut out, and put another dump truck load of rock, tandem load. 15 tons. It'll be about 15 tons. Alright, so we took the dozer and pushed the riprap in here. I'm gonna get some of these stragglers. Got another load, number 2. Here's a finished product. We've put about 30 tons of riprap under here. We didn't have to haul any gravel. Used what was already here. We cut down this hill and got this red clay. Everything else is washed down, and what the clay had washed out, you got sand and rock, what you seen earlier. But from the bottom of our ramp here, bottom of the hill, back about 60 feet, it's got riprap under it, 200-pound riprap. And we had 2 tandem loads, about 15 tons a piece, so 30 tons. Then we come back over it with the sandy material and then capped it with this clay gravel. So looks good. Maybe it'll last for them a while. It's a lot of water comes through here when that river gets up, and it's got a lot of force, as you well know, so it'll blow it out if it gets way up, but it won't move the rock, I don't believe. But now they can come back in, push the gravel back up here and dress it up and be done in a day, and instead of hauling in so much to cover the culverts back up. All right, I'm gonna load up, go home. God bless, and y'all have a good day. Wondering what a hog can do. I don't know how much you can tell on this camera, but as far as I can see through those pines, that ground is ate up. They have done some damage. Go on this side too.